see him, know it's on me. When you see him, know it's on me. When you see him, know that's on me right there. When you see him, know that's on me. When you see him, know that's on me. When you see him, know that.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Coco for those of you who don't know. So today I'm going to be showing you how I make my wigs. I'm going to be using hair provided by Info.coco. I'm using 3 bundles of their Brazilian straight hair and the 5x5 HD closure. Yes, the closure is body wave, but it doesn't matter for me personally. I'm just showing you how the knots look and how the consistency of my bleach is thick and not runny. You don't want any runny bleach because it will seep through the lace and get onto the hair, and then you will have blonde roots, and that's a no-no. We don't want that. So right here you can see I messed up. Just gonna wipe it off. It's not that serious. I'm starting from the back because I want the back to process first, and because I don't want my front to over process. And yeah, so make sure you're taking your time when you're doing this. You don't want to rush. I'm going to stop talking because I want you all to like really see what I'm doing, but I'll be coming like in and out to like explain what I'm doing or whatever. And by the way, I used the 20 volume developer, and I used the basic white bleach in the little packets from the beauty supply store. All in all, it wasn't that much. Probably like $10 at your local beauty supply store. But yeah, continue watching. Okay guys, so I also wanted to say, I'm sorry my arm's in the way in this clip, but I also wanted to say make sure you're not pressing in the bleach like super hard. Like you want to use a light hand when you're doing this. As you can see, I am going like above my hairline just because I'm trying to make sure that I do get like my baby hairs and all that good stuff. But make sure you're just not pressing super hard because again, it will press the hair into the bleach. Here I'm like fluffing the hair out or whatever, just so that the hair wouldn't stick to the bleach. But leave it on for 25-30 minutes. Make sure you're checking it. I checked mine at the 25-minute mark, and this is what I saw. So as you can see, like the little spots that didn't, like the knots that didn't really take to the bleach, I'm just literally scooped some of that bleach that was left over on the aluminum foil, and I just put it on there, and I like basically like reapplied it. But you can see how it did take well to the other ones. And that has nothing to do with really it doesn't have anything to do with the hair per se. It's more so about like maybe I probably put like too much bleach in that one area, but you just want to make sure you do like an even application all over. It's nothing wrong though. So left that on for 5 more minutes. As you can see, this is what I mean when I was like, you can see the difference between the knots from here and then the knots earlier. But yeah. So now I'm just going to rinse it off, go in with my Shimmer Lights shampoo and conditioner, and I will see y'all in the next clip. As you can see right now, it's looking like scalp. Straight off, no conditioner, shampoo, or nothing yet. It's still looking like scalp, but it still has like brassy undertones in it. So that's what going in with the shampoo and the conditioner is gonna do. Most people just like wash their condition or wash their closure or whatever, but I'm actually gonna leave this sitting on for 5 minutes. After I get it all nice and worked in there or whatever, and then after 5 minutes is up, I come back with my shampoo and then I finish it off. So again, I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys just watch. Can't let nobody see. You see that? Scalp. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm using a 23-inch dome cap. So right here I have it folded over a little bit over the elastic band because it was too much space in the cap, and that just prevents like me doing all the extra sewing method. So right here, as you can see, I'm being careful to make sure that I'm pulling the closure like at least a ½ inch above the cap, and then I'm pinning it in the middle, in the front, and then I'm going to pin it in the middle, in the back, just so that way it's easier for me to pin the sides, and I know that I'm pinning them evenly, so that way when I start sewing, everything's going to be flat and seamless versus a wrinkly scalp, because don't nobody want a wrinkly scalp, sis. And yeah, so this is what I'm doing right now. So when you're pulling the sides, make sure that you're just pulling it tautly enough. Like don't make sure that you're make sure that you're not pulling too harsh, because you don't want to rip your lace. Like this is the last thing you want to do. Excuse the ash. I realized I was ashy the whole video, but I was about to stop and put on the lotion, because honestly it's hell to grip the needle and your fingers are oily, you know. But right now I'm just sitting here and I'm putting the needle through the thread and the cap, making sure not to go through the elastic band. When I do it, I kind of make a knot. I do it in many different ways. I either wrap it around a needle or I put the needle through the thread, and it just depends on however I'm feeling. I think I mainly went around and through. I think I did both around the closure, but it just depends on your preference. This is what I do just to ensure that my closure stays down nice and flat and it's not coming off, because the last thing you want to do with your wigs is to have to go back and re-sew down, attract the closure or anything. Like that is the worst headache in the world. But as you can see, as I get to the end and when I get to the corner, I'm going to go around my needle 3 times to make a very secure knot, and then I cut it a little bit further versus closer up, so that way I can also go in and physically tie a knot as well, again just to make sure that my thread stays intact. And then I'm going to cut it, and the reason why I'm cutting it is because I'm going to sew down both sides individually, and then I'm going to do the back last. So I'm going to stop talking again and let y'all watch me work.
Cadence on the beat.
Okay guys, so now you can see I have it still pinned down, all 3 pins. So now I'm going from the right to the left side, just because I just finished the right side. So So I'm just making sure, since that both of those the middle and the left side is pinned, it's easier for me to sew down the right side and it still be flat and seamless, because those two are pinned down and is taut, like it's not going anywhere. So again, this is like it's a key essential to making sure your lace is flat and seamless. That's it. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side. As you can see right now, I'm again tying that knot, even though I already made a knot. I'm just making sure the lace is extra secure. That's it, sis. So as I do the same thing to the other side, when I get to the middle, I'm just going to do the same thing again. Tie another knot, and it's secure. Okay guys, so after I tied that down, I'm moving on to my perimeter track. So as you can see, I'm leaving like at least the width of one finger between the closure and the track that's going to be sewn. Now, I'm not worrying about the pins being there from the extra cap that I folded over, because once I start to sew the hair like in the middle, like right there, I'm going to be sewing it over before I take the pins out to ensure that the cap stays flipped like that. Now here I'm just again pinning everything down, and I'm pinning it down beforehand so that way as I sew, it just makes it easier for me to sew. I'm not worried about holding holding the track or anything like that. So when I sew going through the width, especially on this perimeter track, just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere and it prevents it like slipping or again having to like rethread a track, because it is a headache to have to rethread a track. So as I get to the middle though, as you can see, I am going under the width instead of going through. I mainly go through the width on the ends, on like the very, very ends. And then I go under and towards the middle. And I pretty much follow this same process throughout my entire wig construction, just to make it go by faster and because it's what I do. As you can see, when you're sewing under the weft, sometimes the hair can get caught in the thread. My method for preventing that is to have one hand pulling the thread and then the other hand like pulling the hair. Again, when I'm pulling all of these things, the lace, the hair, the thread or whatever, I'm being sure to be very careful and not to be too rough, because the last thing you want to do is pull any hair out the weft, pull and like rip your lace, the thread or anything like that. You just want to be very gentle. Again, take your time, don't worry about rushing or any of that. And I did want to also apologize because I did not know that my phone has stopped recording on me, and by the time I remembered, or like by the time I looked, I was dang near finished with my wig. So right here, it's not anything that isn't, I'm not gonna say like crazy. I just basically went from each side in the middle with the rest of the tracks until I got to the top part from where I left that little space out, like that, like one width finger or whatever. So right now I'm just going to finish applying tracks around the perimeter that I have left. I literally probably put like 3 tracks more right here and finished. Again, y'all, I want to apologize for my phone being stupid and cutting off. I did end up going ahead and like putting some low lights in the hair. I watercolored it a little bit and putting some layers and stuff in. And again, I'm so sorry that y'all all missed that, but I did want to get this video up just because I feel like my technique is a really good technique. Again, I just finished off doing the same thing like how I basically did the perimeter track, and that's just how I finished the rest. If you could please go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any time I upload. I am going to be a beast this year. I'm not playing no games. I'm going to be dropping some hits for y'all. Make sure you check the description box for all my social medias and the more cute fun stuff. I don't know, I be going ham in the description box. And yeah, I'm gonna insert clips of everything later. I just want to thank y'all for watching the video, and if you made it this far, I mess with you heavy. Peace.
Doors on the guinea, now I'm riding and I'm sliding in the sideways. Now she call me her zaddy. Rich nigga shit up on my pocket by the building. I can rent this shit out of it before the children.